Hello, today's tutorial is going to deal with a specific issue that can occur involving accounts receivable for your customers' invoices. Sometimes invoices end up being paid at the lesser amount due to bank charges, credit card charges, wire transfer fees, or other miscellaneous. And what we find sometimes when we go to clean up customers' files is that these have not been handled correctly and an error has resulted then in your financials. So I have ran an AR aging summary. This is a sample file in QuickBooks Online we're using for the purposes of this tutorial. I can see which customers still owe me money and which invoices are still outstanding. One of the ones that I'm working with today is Cool Cars, and they have $715.60 that is outstanding. When I go to my bank feed, my bank is connected in this situation, in this sample file, and so I can see that many of the deposits that are coming in are matched up, which that is correct. You want to make sure that as you're handling the bank feeds that the deposits are matched. Here I run into a situation where I have one that's unmatched. It's for $694. I click on that. I don't see a lot of detail here on what this is for, so I would need to go to my bank or to my deposit ticket and find out what this was. As I look it up further, I see that it was for the customer Cool Cars. So I'm going to go to my customer's account, Cool Cars, and I can see that I invoiced them on November 2nd, and there is still $715.60 outstanding on that. The $694 payment that I received was towards that. However, the bank didn't pay me the full amount because they deducted a charge for wire transfer fee. So I do want to go ahead and record that I received this payment and offset it appropriately for the bank charge. So I'm going to click on Receive Payment, and customer is Cool Cars. The payment date on this was November 7th, so I'm just going to change my date here. And they paid via check, and I can enter my check number here. And then I want to make sure that the account that I'm depositing it to is undeposited funds and the full amount of $715.60, because they did pay the full amount of the invoice. The fact that we received less due to the bank charges is not something that should be a fault of the customer or a reflection on their account. So I'm going to save and close this. And then I'm going to go and make the bank deposit. So I go in here in this sample file. I can see there are a few different things, but this is the activity of actually showing that this is what's going to be going to the bank. So we'll put this to our checking account. If you have multiple accounts, select the right one. The date that it was deposited. And then in this case, we didn't get $715.60. So we're going to go down here in the bottom portion. It says add funds to this deposit, but you can also use this to subtract funds if you didn't get the full amount due to, again, bank charges, credit card fees, things like that. So we're going to put a wire transfer fee, US Bank, and I am going to put a negative $21.60. So now my amount of my deposit is $694, which is the amount that I got. I'm going to save and close that. And when I go back to my bank feed and I look at this now, I can see this is now correctly matched up. QuickBooks recognized that the deposit that came in for $694 is the deposit that we just recorded, and we can match that then. In your version of the QuickBooks file, it might say confirm instead of match. Either of those are correct. You just want to make sure it's not added as a miscellaneous or uncategorized transaction. So when I go back to rerun my reports, I'm going to go to my accounts receivable aging summary, and I can see that Cool Cars is no longer on there as they have paid and their account has been cleared. So that's how you handle that when there is a bank fee, credit card fee, and you have to do a subtraction on the deposit because you got less money due to miscellaneous charges. Thank you for watching.